What's good, YouTube? Cardfight King here, Aqua Life Baby. You already know how it is. So today, guys, I wanted to do a tournament report video for yesterday's local. As you guys saw from the previous deck profile I made, I did run my Ahsha deck. I wanted to kind of talk with you guys a little bit about it. Now, I put in a lot of work for the Ahsha deck. There's not too much content on Ahsha. There's not a lot of I don't see any strategy videos, nothing like that. And so what I want to do is definitely bring you guys more content because I really like this deck. I didn't think I would like this deck as much as I do right now. I was able to, after locals play testing on Friday and all that stuff, I did about 50 to 75 different test hands, played a game or three on area to kind of just work out some theories and whatnot, changed up the deck like 5 to 10 different times. I really put in work before yesterday. With the completion of my deck because I wanted this deck to feel good. I wanted to do really well with the deck, and I wanted to be a deck that I was glad that I added to my roster of decks. I really want to put in my time and effort into making sure that I can play well with the deck, and then I can build the deck to where it's a very optimal build that can definitely combat whatever is in the meta right now, and again just something that flows well, works well together, to achieve put my opponent to 6. What can I say? That's the name of the game. But I had to change up a lot of things, and I had to change up my own mindset with the deck as well. And also in talking with Black Steve and other things like that, I just came to a realization about a few things. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get more into that during my deck update video that I'm gonna make for Ahsha soon, as well as I'm gonna make a few different strategy videos for Ahsha, for certain cards you're either gonna play in your deck and other different types of formations and things that you want to look out for against matchups, other people, how other players' tendencies are when they are facing us, especially for those who play retired clans and things like that. So definitely stay tuned because I definitely want to put out a lot more content on Ahsha since she seems to this deck seems to be a deck that is definitely not as popular around, and there's not a lot of people making noise about it. So definitely want to do that. But getting into the tournament report, played at locals yesterday. Obviously, we're still under the whole COVID guidelines. We do have a reduced number, limited cap for the tournament, so it is what it is. But round one, I was able to play. I played against Vanquisher with Ahsha, so I'm playing Ahsha in the tournament. So played against Vanquisher. We went 3 games. Game one, I got absolutely wrecked. Had like double Jaggy Shot, double Shatora, Baijan, Voltec Shredder. He had just everything, and I really couldn't stop his offense. And I was, I actually did open, in my opening hand after Mulligan, I did open up with like 3 Ahshas in hand, and it was just really bad going second and, not really being able to do much of anything guarding wise. Then game 2, I was able to win. Game 2 and 3 pretty much went the same way. My opponent no guarded. I was no guarded my Ahsha, and my Ahsha was swinging with like 2 critical. But again, I went force 1, and that's another change. I went force 1. The column was like outside of his range of where he had guard 4. Was able to hit a crit on that. Really put on the pressure. My token put on a lot of pressure as well. Obviously due to that, but even still at 2, my token and my Vanguard is 4 damage across the board. And I did conserve back against Narukami on my grade 2 turns because I didn't want to give his first turn Vanquisher any more fuel to add to his fire, as well as I tried to do my best to keep an Ahsha behind my Vanguard and get an Elmo to board so that my grade 3 Vanguard 1 is protected behind my Vanguard 2. She can boost, and my Vanguard comp can hit for bigger numbers. So I did that. It worked out really well. Game 3 went, definitely a lot of things went my way game 3, and I was able to take that one. Round 2 played against my little brother, whose Altmile deck you guys are going to see next. We got it completed and everything. We've been definitely theory crafting with it, trying to figure out what he's been doing wrong with the deck, what is the deck asking for, all that good stuff that goes into really wanting to make your play with a deck and optimize the deck as far as the build is concerned. So, basically, we did go 3 rounds. Game 1, he destroyed me. Game 2, a little bit back and forth, but I had, my columns were a little bit too big. I had about 6 damage across the board because didn't kill one of my tokens. And then the game 3, I ended up I opened up really badly. Like I had like 4 Ahshas in hand, and like I had struggled. Just I got one to board. I was able to do my turn 3 and whatnot, but it's just I had too many non shield value cards in hand. But I ended up hitting a double heal and then being able to re-ride and then make a second fairy token and go in. Ooh, excuse me, yawning. Simple as that. And then round 3, round 3 was the finals. Played against Next Stage. He was playing. He wanted to do more Force 2 with that deck than anything else. I was actually able to win that one. Game 1, I got destroyed in. I gave Next Stage a 2 to pass, and he double crit me. Just stacked it on Vanguard, and then games 2 and 3 again. Games 2 I was able to go first. I was able to pounce on him a little bit. I did hit a crit trigger, which turned my Vanguard into like a 43k 3 crit card. My token really kind of attack really kind of drained out the power in his hand, so it was really good. Definitely really good play there. And then game 3 kind of went the same way. Was able to block effectively on his first Next Stage turn. I had a very strong turn coming back at him with Ahsha, and then and I also got a really nice pressure off on turn 2. Since he did crit me, I was able to drop a Nelma Sella to the board, and he no guarded my attacks and just kind of took them. But then I was able to fight back, just to keep fighting, and got my Ahsha to swing at him for lethal. Ahsha and the fairy tokens for lethal. Again, I was able to make a second fairy token, and really kind of that helped me close out the game. So I went undefeated with Ahsha. Really good. Really, very proud of my performance with Ahsha. I really expected, if I'm playing against Vanquisher or something like that, to go in and kind of get wrecked on like the first round, second round, everything like that, and then just try to play my game. But we were able to take her the distance. I'm very proud of the deck. I love the way I like the way that I've built it. I'm still experimenting with a few things, but so far Ahsha is doing really well for me. Even in play testing, she's been doing very well as well, and I really wanted that to translate to tournament, which it did. So I'm proud of that. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Like I said, look forward to the deck update to my Ahsha deck. Look forward to more strategy videos and theory crafting videos for Ahsha, because again, there's not a lot of content on it, and I definitely wanted to be, since I really kind of fell in love with this deck, I really want to get you guys the best information possible, especially if you're struggling or having a hard time really doing things with this deck. I wanted to definitely help you out, and I can say as a little tidbit of information, going Force 1 with this deck just made a world of a difference than Force 2. Force 2 is a nice gimmick in a way, but the numbers don't. The numbers that you're generating don't exactly justify Force 2 being your main force marker you go into. If anything, it's a little bit more situational, depending on how hard and how greedy you want to be against your opponent. But yeah, and like I said, we're also gonna have the Altmile deck profile gonna be coming out shortly as well. So this has been Cardfight King, Aqua Life Baby. You already know how it is. Ahsha went undefeated. You're gonna go see that undefeated Ahsha update deck profile soon. Look forward to Altmile, and I will be coming out with that deck roster update video. Don't worry, guys, because I've added a few things. I've cut a deck I didn't expect to cut, and looking forward to picking up a few new things. This is Cardfight King, Aqua Life Baby, and we out.